In my last class, I have described the definition of acids, bases, and salts, and also classifications of acids. In classification of acid, you have seen that one type of classification is on the basis of acidity of a base. Now, when I have discussed acidity of base, you have seen examples like HCl as monobasic acid because one molecule of HCl releases one molecule of hydrogen ion. So it is monobasic acid. H2SO4 dibasic acid. Dibasic acid has 1 mole of H2SO4 releases giving 2 moles of hydrogen ions. So it is dibasic. It is monobasic. It is dibasic. H3PO4 as tribasic, as 3 hydrogen ions or 3 moles of hydrogen ion is obtained from 1 moles of H3PO4. Say H3PO4 is tribasic. From this example, you may get an idea that on the number of hydrogen ion, this will be monobasic or tribasic because HCl contains 1 hydrogen, H2SO contains 2 hydrogen, H3PO4 contains 3 hydrogen, so they are respectively monobasic, dibasic, tribasic. But this is not true. It depends on the release of number of hydrogen ion. Say for example, I am giving another acid which is called phosphorus acid. This was phosphoric acid. This is phosphorus acid. If phosphorus acid ionizes, then it produces 2H plus ion and 1 HPO3 minus ion. So from one molecule of H3PO3 phosphorus acid, you are getting 2 molecules of hydrogen ion. So it is dibasic acid. Dibasic acid. Phosphorus acid is dibasic acid because phosphorus acid gives 2 hydrogen ions. So although phosphorus acid contains 3 hydrogen atoms, but it does not ionize to give 3 hydrogen. It ionizes to give 2 hydrogen ions. Hence, phosphorus acid is dibasic, but phosphoric acid is tribasic. Next, we will go for the classifications of salt. Classifications of salt. You know the definitions of salt. Salt may be classified in 2 ways: by neutralization reactions of acids and bases, and another by displacement of hydrogen from an acid by metal. Say HCl is neutralized by NaOH, we get NaCl plus H2O. This is an salt. Here also taking H2SO4 plus NaOH. Here you see in the first example, Na replaces hydrogen ion forming NaCl and H being added to OH forming water. So here Na, there is one sodium, monovalent sodium, At first, monovalent sodium will replace one hydrogen from acid. So one hydrogen will remain in the salt. That means the replacement of hydrogen from acid is being here partially, not fully. One hydrogen remains unreplaced and forming water. The water is formed by the hydrogen replaced by sodium and OH. Now, if you take excess or say 2 molecules of NaOH, then what will happen? 2 sodium ion will replace 2 hydrogen atom, forming Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. Then 2 hydrogen from acid will be added to 2 OH atom of alkali to form water. So you are getting 2 types of salt here. In this salt, the hydrogen has not been completely replaced, and here the hydrogen of H2SO4 has been completely replaced. So there is occur partial replacement of hydrogen, here full replacement of hydrogen. So you will get 2 types of salt. Here this is called acid salt, where partial replacement of hydrogen occurs, and this is called normal salt. Normal salt, where full replacement of hydrogen happened. So you may classify salt, classifications of salt. Classifications of salt. 1. Acid salt or bisalt, which is produced by partial replacement of hydrogen. Number 2, normal salt. Normal salt, which is produced by full replacement of hydrogen. One is acid salt and another is normal salt. Another example is basic salt. Basic salt. Basic salt is where the alkali group OH will be partially replaced. Say CuOH whole 2, CuNO3 whole 2. This is a salt, but with the salt alkali is being attached. This is basic salt. Or CuCO3, CuOH whole 2, basic copper carbonate. With this carbonate salt, cupric hydroxide is attached. In your book, you will also show examples like this. That means the hydroxide groups is not fully replaced. You may give an example like this: cupric copper carbonate, basic copper carbonate, or like this. These are basic salt. These are in your syllabus. Besides this, there are some other examples of salt